This is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Good evening. We begin tonight with a recipe for trouble. Take the latest poor economic statistics, add uncertainty about whether Congress might try to put a cap on credit card interest rates, which makes banks nervous, stir in generally nervous investors, and you have the volatile mix that set the stock market back more than 120 points today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average took its fifth largest drop in history to close at 29.43. The trading was heavy. ABC's Stephen Ogg tonight and what it all means.
By the time the stock market closed today, it had been through an hour of carnage. Twice during the afternoon, New York Stock Exchange officials put special rules into effect to slow the fall. The sharp drop, most of it during the final hour of trading, came out of the blue. Just 2 days ago, several stock market indexes were at record highs. Several analysts blame the drop on a sell-off in biotechnology stocks, companies most people never heard of, such as Immunex, Biogen, and Amgen.
Now, in this instance, the speculative intensity has been in the biotechnology area, and there was a negative article on biotechnology stocks today, which I think crystallized some investor profit-taking, and that spread to the rest of the list today.
Biotech stocks began to plunge. Other traders sold off a wide variety of stocks. They blamed the continuing string of bad economic news, including today's report that industrial production, the output of the nation's factories, mines, and utilities, was flat. That led traders to see little evidence of recovery anytime soon. Also weighing on some traders was the Senate's decision to put a cap on credit card interest rates. That pleases consumers, but it might hurt the nation's weak banks. As bad as today's drop may appear, some analysts say there's no reason to believe that it's 1987 all over again, when stocks plunged 500 points. They say it's more like 1989, when a sharp drop in airline stocks sent the entire market into a fall that lasted only 1 day. Stephen Ogg, ABC News, Washington.
President Bush acknowledged today what he called some significant short-term problems in the economy, but he said we'll be coming out of this. For the president, once again, it was not possible to avoid the politics of it all. Here's ABC's Britt Hume.
And so far,
at the White House today, before the big sell-off on Wall Street, the president, by satellite, defended his stand-pat economic policies to a group of big business executives.
The first rule of economic policy puts me in mind of the Hippocratic Oath, do no harm. We're going to draw the line against the budget busters. We're going to resist the quick fix solutions out there.
But one thing Mr. Bush does want, and quick, is an unemployment compensation bill for those out of work whose benefits have expired. He vetoed one such measure, but now, with the economy worsening, supports a revised version of the bill that's before the Senate.
My message to the Senate is simple and direct. People are hurting out there. And if they're to receive a check before Thanksgiving, the Senate must get this bill to me today.
But the Senate fell to squabbling today over why the bill grants some states, mostly big ones with high jobless rates, more money than others.
But we shouldn't rush through a bill that doesn't take care on an equal basis of all the people in this country that are suffering.
I think this is the best we can get, and I think we ought to take it.
This evening, the Senate was on the verge of taking it after much behind-the-scenes wrangling over how to placate angry members from smaller states. Their concerns, it was agreed, would be handled in a separate bill. The whole debate illustrates a bright spot of sorts for Mr. Bush on the economy. The public doesn't think he's doing a very good job on the issue, but polls show that people think Congress is doing even worse. Britt Hume, ABC News, the White House.
In a moment, some last-minute campaigning in Louisiana for and against David Duke. The election is tomorrow. Talk of peace and acts of war in Yugoslavia. And our person of the week with a very special eye for detail.